Good morning. It is May 18th, Sanity Sunday, 2:27 a.m. I have a friend. Um, he's around my age, right? And there's just, things that I've seen and things he hasn't kind of thing. So we're just in that process of sharing like, simply like movies um, that he's seen versus what I've seen and everything. And I just realized something. Yes, I've pretty much always been a mystic because of what I did in fifth grade. Um, when I was in the library. First of all, the reason why I was in the library because I didn't want to run track. so So, since I didn't want to run around in a circle, they sent me to the library. And while I was in there, there was, I got into like Greek mythology and things. And as I started going down that pathway, um, I started reading things my dad had on ancient knowledge, and I was very secretive about it, right? Anything that said ancient or hidden, you know, referring to knowledge, I would read it, right? And I'm a fifth grader, and and then later when I got into high school, Stephen King, and okay, and so I say all this about thought. So in fifth grade, what was planted in thought, and then I meet Stephen King, and there was only two books that I read, from cover to cover was Dead Zone and Pet Cemetery, and I was done with Stephen King. And the reason behind this is there's a quote here by an English mathematician philosopher Bertrand Russell. Says men fear thought as they fear nothing else on earth, more than ruin, more even than death. Thought is subversive and revolutionary, destructive and terrible, thought is merciless to privilege, established institutions, and comfortable habit. Thought looks into the pit of hell and is not afraid. Period. Thought is great and swift and free, the light of the world, and the chief glory of man. Period. And this is out. Actually, this is the introduction from a book called The Great Thoughts and compiled by George Seldes in 1985. So I was 15 in 1985, and now at 55, and I look back 40 years of exploring thought and what it led me. And, today, I kind of like what Reverend Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson, because, uh, George Seldes says there's no challenge to this quote. Great men are they who see the spiritual is stronger than any material force, that thoughts rule the world. And that's from his book, Progressive Culture. So, just, you can ask the question, right? I like Jason Stratham. He says, I ask the questions, you answer the questions, out of the movie The Transporter. So, the question of the day, simply, out of 24 hours a day. May 18th. Do I know that I can't stay sober successfully alone? I know I can't. But do you know if you can? Question of the day. I end with that. Happy travels.